This is Alex Oliver back with another episode of Project Onward Artists at Home, and I am so excited to bring you today's guest. It is Mr. Adam Hines, Adam Elias Hines, or as we know him around the studio, Hollywood. He is a close personal friend and bandmate, and one of the most prolific, ambitious artists at Project Onward, which if you're not already familiar with his work, you're about to find out all about shortly. I'm going to wait for him to log on here, and then I'll invite him to join us. But I do appreciate you all tuning in at our, what is probably going to be our new regular time, which is 6 p.m. on Thursdays. Since people are going back to work, things are returning to some semblance of normalcy. We're going to try to do it kind of in the evening when everyone's got some free time. So looks like Adam has just logged on. I'm going to welcome him here, and we'll get the interview started. Thanks again, everybody. Hollywood, what's going on?
What's up, Alexandria, double Alexandrias, Egypt, and Virginia?
And Virginia, that's right. That's right. You're
We could have a division.
you're a big fan of geography. I know you got a lot. I mentioned at the top of the interview, your nickname is Hollywood.
That,
Uh,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. So, and of course, there's more than one Hollywood. You got Hollywood, California, but you always remind everyone there's a Hollywood, Florida as well.
that too.
Yeah, let's start with that. That seems like a good spot. Well, first, let me start by saying hello and how are you, Adam? You've been holding up okay during the pandemic?
Yes, I'm fine, Alex, because I'm just hanging in there because I just kicking back, relaxing, chilling at my crib after
Yeah,
doing my work at home one by one.
right on. Well, I want to talk about your work and see some examples here shortly. First, so you can hear me and see me okay on your end, right? Everything all good?
Yes,
Awesome, awesome. I've really been looking forward to this interview because I mentioned at the top that I consider you a good friend, and we're also both privileged to be members of Lightning Speed. You, of course, kind of share frontman duties with Louis DeMarco, who we've also interviewed, a month or so ago, and I want to talk about that as well. But let's get back to the geography. I want to know where the nicknames came from. Louis is Las Vegas.
correct.
You're Hollywood.
That too.
You remind me, Alexandria, Egypt, and West Virginia. I know we got our friend Jeff, who's also in Lightning Speed, who you call him Jefferson City,
That
and
too.
which coincidentally, you didn't even know this when you gave him that nickname, but he actually was born and raised in Jefferson City, Missouri, which is a pretty wild coincidence.
Awesome.
Yeah. Michelle pointed out you're also Icon. That's another one of your names.
Yes,
Yeah.
because I am the icon, because I transformed from legend to icon, going from 10 to 15 years, and now here I am.
You were legend, and then you made the
Yes.
jump to Icon.
Yes. And
Wow.
then in a few more years, I'll be Hall of Famer.
Whoa. Awesome. I can't wait for that. That's going to be pretty cool. I think you're well on your way. Definitely. I'd be
Of course.
happy. I'll be there at the induction ceremony when you
Of
become a Hall
course.
of Famer.
Of course.
So let's talk about the nicknames. Where did they come from? Anywhere in particular? Are you a fan of? I know you're just really kind of we're born to be in the spotlight. Is that where Hollywood comes from?
You are correct, Alex, my friend, because I chose Hollywood, because I choose the nickname, because I give the nickname to each and every person.
Yeah. Excellent. Excellent. Well, they're all very flattering nicknames. I know I appreciate it. I think everyone else does. Um, well, let's go back even further, Adam. Before the days of the legend and the icon and the future Hall of Famer, and talk a little bit about what got you interested in art. Do you remember how old you were and what it was that kind of interested you in making art in the first place?
Yes, Alex. When I started doing art, I was 19 years old. When I do art back in high school,
Mm-hmm.
before
Mm-hmm.
before I team performing in the band.
Wow. So pretty recently then, really. I mean, I think we're about the same age. You were born in 85, isn't that right?
That's correct.
Yeah. So 19, that's kind of a late start, really. What was it that interested you in making art?
Well, the one thing that interested in making art is to make real friends.
I see. So you did it to kind of socialize with people then. Is art, I know around the studio, you're one of the most outgoing, kind of friendliest people there. You really like to hang out and get to know other people. Is that one of the most fun aspects of making art for you, getting to be around other artists and socialize with them?
That too,
Yeah, excellent.
because Project Onward is still number one.
Absolutely. And speaking of Project Onward, again, we've spoken to a few people who were there at the beginning, and you were one of the founding fathers of Project Onward, part of the team that started it.
You are correct, Alex.
Can you tell us about that? Because where were you before Project Onward?
Well, before I entered Project Onward, I was working for Gallery 37
Uh-huh.
back in 2004 before I jumped into Project Onward.
And Gallery 37, for those who may not know, is this a wonderful program, but it is for younger people. It's for uh, high school age. Are there people even younger than that involved in Gallery 37?
Sometimes.
Yeah, okay. So Project Onward was really born out of a necessity for, once you and Louie and Ruby and the other members of Gallery 37 aged out, you had nowhere to go. You didn't have a resource or an outlet for your incredible talent. So Project Onward began, and you helped kind of establish it as the wonderful organization that it is today. What was it like at the beginning? Were you pretty excited? Did you know that it was going to turn into something so great?
Yes, I was a little bit excited, so I just wanted to make things a little bit clearer for what's going on around Project Onward after leaving Gallery 37.
Yeah. Yeah. How has it been kind of watching it transform and watching new artists come in? I mean, is it pretty exciting for you to see these new artists come in year after year?
Of course,
Yeah. That's awesome.
because I
As
couldn't worry about a thing.
uh-huh. You're a very positive man, Adam. That's one of the things I appreciate most about you.
Thanks.
Well, I mentioned too that you are, in addition to being one of the most prolific and talented artists at Project Onward, you are a very ambitious man. Uh, a lot of artists have very specific themes and very specific subject matter that they like to focus on, and that's not true about you. Nothing is off limits. Nothing. In
Right.
fact, your ultimate goal is to eventually draw everything,
Correct.
everyone, everything, every place, which is why you've become so famous for your work that has just kind of these columns, these rows, usually with a specific theme of people, places, animals. In fact, one that I'm looking at right now, which is really wonderful, is your civil rights leaders. And this one
Mhm.
is in. I spoke a bit before about the most recent show, the Cause and Effect show, which is very much about kind of current events and how it's affected the artists and what the artists are kind of doing and using their voices to kind of help explain how they feel. So the civil rights leaders piece is very important. And you've got, of course, Martin Luther King Jr., you've got Frederick Douglass, Harriet Tubman, uh, Jesse Jackson. And then even some that I really, it's there it is. Fantastic. Can you hold that up again?
Yes, this is what it looks
Wonderful.
like, Alex.
Yeah, that's so great.
Because I've done this about 2 months ago
And I
during the
know,
summer.
yeah. So was it because of everything that's been going on, because of Black Lives Matter and all of that? Did you feel like this was an important piece to make?
You are correct, Alex, because it is very important because Black Lives Matter, just like
Absolutely.
Black History Month back in each and every February, because it'll come up again next year.
And that is something that does pop up in your work pretty regularly. Are these kind of these themes about your experiences as a black man and about the struggles of black people in America and civil rights? This isn't new for you. This is something that you've explored before, and that I'm sure you'll continue to explore because it's something that's pretty important to you, I would guess, right?
Right. All
Yeah,
I can say is this, Alex. I'm the one taking action because truth of the matter is action speaks more louder than words.
this is
Because
true.
because I'm putting a lot of thinking on my mind because I have to do it each and every time I do this detail of every black person who is black. Just like these
Absolutely.
just like these Project Onward artists who are black, besides myself.
And there are a lot of them. A lot of the Project Onward artists are people of color, and I think that's pretty amazing that you've all come together and that you are using your art to kind of affect change, which is what this show is all about, and is something that you all do just on a regular basis anyway. So it's such a privilege to be able to highlight work like this that is part of such an important cause, and you should be very proud of yourself, Adam.
Yes, Alex, of course I'm very proud of myself because I love to achieve my goals whenever and wherever I go. It doesn't quite matter to me because it's all in the heart and the mind, because I loved to taking matters into my own hands, because it's all about business around the world.
That's right. That's right. Now, speaking of the world, we got to talk about the world tour. Can you tell us about the world tour? There are two world tours. One is with your artwork. The other, of course, is with lightning speed. But let's talk about the art first. Tell us about the world tour.
All right, Alex. The reason why I made the world tour, it's about taking time off from work to get the people going on tour everywhere around North America and the world, because it's very important to me, because both touring and traveling is what I love to do best. It's because it's wonderful. It was such a wonderful experience that I can't even dream of.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I mean, for someone whose goal is to eventually capture in his work everywhere and everything, I mean, it's important to consider the whole world, to constantly be drawing inspiration from the things around you. And I think that's so cool. Now, of course, you've been kind enough to kind of invite me into the world tour a little, because anytime we get together to rehearse with Lightning Speed, which is kind of the Project Onward house band, you usually give me an itinerary, a tour itinerary of all the places where we're going to play, whether we're taking a jet or a motor coach bus.
Exactly.
We're playing venues around the world. We're playing talk shows, variety shows. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, that too.
Yeah.
Okay, before I talk about lightning speed, I want to stroll back a memory lane just a little bit, because my first band, I formed the band. It's called DHF Express Band, because we are huge rock stars. Because there are just a few band members. There's Andrew and James Ross, two brothers, and some of the band members, one says that the names they're called Ryan Maxey, George Stason, and even Sumner Truax, because they're parts of DHF Express, because we performed it back in high school in 2004. One for both the talent show and even Battle of the Bands. We're number one. And then one year later in 2005, we got ourselves a concert tour, because we take our first motor coach bus going from Chicago to Springfield, because it's just for guys only tour, because we toured in Springfield, because it was so awesome. The people got down the dance floor after we rehearsed, and then after dinner, then we got the concert performance together, and together we could make a whole difference, because we DHF could spend the night and then dance the night away for all our fans who was watching us.
That's awesome. Yeah, of course, DHF Express was sort of like the original incarnation, and then the Frost Brothers unfortunately weren't able to participate anymore. So then Jeff and myself stepped up and were lucky to join you and Louie. And then you're the one who came up with the name. You came up with Lightning Speed, and you dubbed us Lightning Speed, and kind of a new generation of rock and roll was born.
That is correct.
Yeah. I want to point out a few of the comments here. First of all, Whitney says it's important to note that the world tour is a fantasy, and to that I say for now. For now, it's just fantasy, but we'll see where it goes. A guy can dream. Okay, so we're planning for the future. We'll be New York to LA to London to Paris,
San Francisco.
Paris.
Anaheim, California, where the Disneyland resorts.
That's right.
They're playing the Staples Center in Los Angeles, the Madison Square Garden, New York, all over New York City.
There you go.
And then more, because truth of the matter is, Alex, tours never end. We've only just begun.
I can't wait.
We'll be on. We're going to be on TV once again, just like
That's right. Saturday Night Live.
Saturday Night Live.
Yep.
The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon.
There you go.
Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Mm-hmm.
Even the news as well, such as ABC, NBC, CBS, but the Today Show on NBC, even Fox News. There's even the Late Show with Stephen Colbert, the Late Show with James Corden, the last show with Carson Daly, even Dick Clark is Rockin' Eve with Ryan Seacrest by the end. Because when the time comes, we'll be having ourselves a real good time, always and forever.
So I don't often do this, but Whitney wants me to point out the amazing lightning speed piece that we have hanging in our apartment. So this was, I'm so proud to have this displayed in here. There we go, lightning speed, live on national TV. That's me in the middle on the drum kit, surrounded by Adam and David Holt. And then, of course, you got Louie in his leather duster and sunglasses, and then our good friend Jeff on guitar.
And including yourself too, Alex.
Yeah, I love this piece so much, Adam. I look at it every day, and it just makes me so happy.
Because we do it one for the morning, one for the afternoon, the evening, and even late night as well, because it's very important.
Absolutely. Now let's talk about
networks too.
Now, anyone who follows this show has met Louie and knows, of course, that he's an essential part of Lightning Speed too. We had David Holt on recently as well, who I wouldn't say is necessarily a full-time member, but he definitely, when we perform, he's right up there with us, joining in on the fun. David's got a nickname too, right? What's his nickname?
His nickname is New Orleans, Louisiana.
New Orleans, Louisiana. Fantastic. Fantastic. The Big Easy.
Home of the Mercedes-Benz Stadium of the NFL.
Which we'll also probably play someday.
That too.
Yeah.
I to add that to the list. And that's one reason why I put and many and plus more, because it means I don't have enough space to put a lot of it, but I just put some of it.
Absolutely. So I saw in the comments here that Louie is actually watching right now. Do you have anything you want to say to Mr. Vegas?
Of course. Louis DeMarco, a.k.a. Las Vegas, I hope you're watching, because someday we'll be on both on national television and on tour as well, always and forever. And we'll bring David Holt along with us.
Absolutely.
Because
I can't wait.
DHF and Lightning Speed will continue on forever, because tours never end.
That's right.
Begun.
I can't wait to, we were just talking, you and I, before the interview. It's been one of the things I miss most is getting together and playing music. I know you must miss being in the studio and working on art and being around everyone at Project Onward, but I really miss getting together at the rehearsal space and just jamming with you guys. So I really hope that we can do that soon, Adam. I just want you to know I'm really looking forward to that, and I hope that you are too.
Yes, Alex, because the truth of the matter is, Alex, Lightning Speed never played anywhere before, but sooner or later we might get a shot at it.
Well, I mean, we've played some great shows at the studio at Project Onward. Those have been a lot of fun.
Yeah, but we haven't played at anywhere in the Chicago area before. Just like
we'll make that happen. We'll come back bigger and better than ever. So, Adam, I want to go through some of your. I feel like people maybe don't believe me when I say that you intend to draw everything. So I just want to go through a list of some examples of some of your work. Okay, we mentioned that there are civil rights leaders, which you've got. How many do you think are on there? What do you think? Like 30, 40? There's a lot. You've also you just crammed so many in there. Famous Marias, zillions of Adams,
which include myself.
Of course, absolutely, the legend. the icon. We've
Absolutely.
got visionary environment artists, landmarks of the world, popular national parks, popular cat breeds. I think you're working on popular dog. No, you did a popular dog breeds recently,
Yes.
didn't you? Common birds of prey, COVID-19 safety precautions. I mean, it's amazing. The list goes on and on and on. And there are examples of all of these on the Project Onward website. What do you have with you today? Let's have a look at some of those.
Now here's landmarks of the world.
Excellent. So what are some of the landmarks included here? I see the Eiffel Tower. I see the Leaning Tower of Pisa here. Uh, yeah. What else? What else do you have in there? Statue of Liberty.
In New York City, Rio de Janeiro in Brazil, the Eiffel
Excellent.
Tower in Paris, France. There's the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. Just like you heard the Tony Bennett song, I left my heart in San Francisco. Or even
Yeah.
Scott McKenzie's, if you're going to San Francisco, please
Yeah.
wear a flower in your hair. Something like that.
Absolutely. That's fantastic.
So wonderful.
Yeah. So what were the other pieces you had there, Adam? Let's take a quick look at those.
Okay. Like you said before, I did popular cat breeds.
Yes, of course.
Some are big, some are small. So some has whiskers, some has fur. Some don't.
Uh-huh. Now this has really become kind of your signature thing. Are these works that where you have a specific subject and then you just have these, you cram in as many examples as you can. Do you remember when you first started doing this? When did this become your kind of style, your trademark?
Well, I'd done this piece probably about a few months ago.
Uh-huh. Well, I mean the world tour specifically. When did you start doing that? When did you decide I'm gonna draw everything?
Well, I started to do the world tour back in the year 2011, which was years ago.
Yeah, yeah, it was. But man, I mean, even in the last 9 years since you started, you've
Yes,
covered you've covered thousands of things. All right, what do
yeah,
we have here? National parks?
yep, because they're all big and popular from North America and the world.
Yeah, fantastic.
It is so breathtaking and awe-inspiring, if you ask me,
Yeah. Now
because it's beautiful.
hmm It is, absolutely. Have you ever been to any of these personally?
Well, the one I just seen is one. There's one in South of Dakota and even Wyoming as well.
I see. That's excellent. Let's see. You've got famous kings of the world, famous golf courses. I mean, you're getting there. But you're definitely going to cover everything. Now, I do want to point out too.
Yeah.
These aren't all that you do. You definitely will occasionally devote a single piece to a single subject. Usually, it's for one of the shows. One of my favorite examples is your cowboy. I really love that post. That was for the Western show that you did a year or two ago. And again, there's an example of this on the Project Onward website on your artist profile at projectonward.org. But you have a cowboy, just kind of, it's a
Mhm.
very nice kind of peaceful scene. Just looks like he's at up at a stream or a river or something with his horse, and there's another horse and just kind of drinking from it. It's really well done. You've got the Venetian Carnival, which is really amazing. And even though you're focusing on specific subjects, it still kind of has that style where you sort of do it in these columns, and with just like the buildings or the trees or whatever behind them. I mean, it's really cool. Your style is very instantly recognizable, and it's just so cool and colorful. And what kind of materials do you usually work with, Adam? It's mostly colored pencil, right?
Right.
Yeah. So what is it that what do you have here? Let's have a look.
Well, this is the one I just did a long time ago.
Oh, that's the Carnival piece. Yeah, that's really wonderful.
And
Can you
then,
can you
yeah,
hold it up just a little closer?
yes, of course.
Cool.
And didn't you know, while we performed about 2 years ago, when we first met after rehearsal before we performed right here in the studio about 2 years ago, I am the winner of that that masterpiece was sold like that.
I'll bet.
And the same thing happened last year twice.
Yeah, I
I
believe it.
am a winner.
I mean, I know you got a lot of fans, a lot of collectors who are willing to pay top dollar to have an original Adam Hollywood Hines hanging
Yes.
in their house. Uh, and that it looks like that makes you very proud, Adam. Does that make you happy when people appreciate your work and want to buy it and support your art?
Of course, it makes me happy because all I have to do is dream big, and that dream will be still come true.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, tell us a little bit more about the materials that you use. When did you have you done painting? Have you worked with different types of paint or acrylic, oil? Have you ever done any other kind of medium other than drawing? What is it that you
Well,
like so much about drawing?
the reason why I love so much about drawing is all I have to do is use pencils, markers, and color pencils and color markers to put the whole image together to create a wonderful masterpiece into the
Yeah,
picture. The picture.
excellent. So it's just kind of the easiest way for you to get your idea onto the canvas and share it with the world.
Yes, because I have a lot of ideas
Absolutely.
to, to create everything that I can think of.
Yeah. Well, so what do you like to do when you're making art? I usually like to ask all of the artists what the environment is like. I mean, do you like to have music playing, or what is it that you do to kind of get into the zone?
Well, when I'm doing art, when I'm doing art, I like to make. When I turn on a stereo, I like to make art when the music is on, and then sometimes sometimes I take a break from the music to make more art, because I have to do one thing at a time.
I understand. Yeah. So the music can kind of distract you sometimes.
Sometimes, but not too much though.
Sure. Hey, I get it. I mean, I know that, and I know Louis is the same way. I mean, you, me, Lou, whenever a song is playing that we like, we got to kind of stop and rock out and sing along. Yeah, and you've done a great job. If to go back to lightning speed for a moment, I can always count on you to suggest great songs for us to add to the set. Um, a few of my favorites were "Lights" by Journey. That one
Mm-hmm.
was your idea. "Day by Day" by Badfinger. That was one of yours. Yeah, "Free Fallin'" I think was probably your idea too.
Breakers. Even
Yeah.
Max Go Your Own Way. Remember
Oh,
when
absolutely.
Allie was standing next to Louis while Robert Jabossi stood next to me, and then Michael Porter stood next to David? That's about 2 years ago, because we just gave everything we got.
Yeah, amazing.
Oh yeah, and even this, I love doing. Remember that Pete Floyd's "Another Brick in the Wall"? That was stuff. That's
Yeah. Oh man, we really rock out on that one.
I like that. Like,
Yeah.
hey, thank you. That was the most funniest thing that I ever heard, because I had to crack that up laughing at it.
Yeah, yeah. That's a real crowd pleaser. "Rock Around the Clock" was one that I know you suggest, and you know all the word. You have all the lyrics memorized for all these songs.
Yes.
Rob just chimed in. Rob's watching. He wants to know what your favorite song is. Do you have a favorite song?
Well, I tell Robert Lentz, I got a message for you, Mr. Robert Lentz.
Oh, well, he's watching. Go ahead and tell him.
All right, Robert Lentz, I got an important message for you. Just like DHF Express, remember we did a little bit both DHF and Lightning Speed's song. One from DHF Express was "Happy Together" by the Turtles, and the other one for Lightning Speed we did "Day After Day" Badfinger.
Yeah, both great tunes. Both a lot of fun. Well, Adam, I gotta ask, any of the more musically inclined artists, no pressure, okay? You don't have to do it. But if you want to sing a song for the people watching, we can take a moment and give you the spotlight, and you can sing if you'd like. Would you like to?
Okay,
Yeah?
only for a short time.
Only for a short time. Doesn't have to be the whole song. You can do one verse and a chorus. I'm going to go off camera for a moment, and you sing any song you want, okay?
Here goes.
All right, hit it.
So then, as I put them on as a shocker, Man, I love these boot blockers. So there you have it, folks out there with TV land. Get you some glasses that's sweeping the land. Remember what I said, now I'm a hip hopper. Yeah, go get you some boot blockers. Word. There.
Oh, spectacular. That was amazing. Not quite what I expected, but I know we got a lot of fans of your beatboxing watching. You were getting a lot of comments and a lot of likes there. That was really
Sweet.
spectacular. One-man band. You don't even need us, Adam. You can do it all by yourself.
You got it. You got it, Alex.
Yeah. That was really great. It looks like Rob recognized that one. Blue Blockers. Is that an original? Did you come up with that, or is that?
It's just from the commercial.
It's from a commercial. Oh, I see. Okay.
About glasses.
Oh, awesome. I love it. I love it. Very well done. They should definitely put you in the commercial. I really like that.
Sweet.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit more about your art. I want to know if have you been making a lot of art during the pandemic since you haven't been going into the studio? What's it like working at home?
Just about.
Yeah. Have you still been working a lot? Do you feel like you're making as much art as you did before, or is it kind of harder to get motivated when you're at home?
Sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's easy.
Yeah.
Because I do one art or masterpiece at a time, just one by one. So I don't have to be rushing into things.
When every piece is a masterpiece, I mean, you got to take your time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we got, what do you have here? Some pet portraits?
Yeah.
Excellent. Oh, I recognize this one.
And the other one is a person.
Excellent. Let's take a moment to look at the pet portrait. This one is very near to my heart, of course. This is Russell Puffington, which was our Cocker Spaniel, who we loved very much, and unfortunately was put down earlier this year because he was very sick. But you, a few of the artists have immortalized him in their art, and I gotta say, this is one of my favorites. This is very special to me, Adam. I really love that you did this pet portrait of Russell, and it's very well done. The pet portraits, of course, are a major thing at Project Onward. So many of the artists really excel at them, and people really love them. And you should commission Adam or another artist for a portrait of your pet today. And then I think you have another portrait with you of a person. Let's have a look at that. So who do we have here? Was this someone from a portrait slam, or is this?
Correct.
Oh, this is Mike Pocious.
Yes.
Excellent.
The guy. I want you to know him and I. We've been friends for a long time, back in the year by the late 2008.
That's amazing. Bridgeport Mike. I think he's been mentioned on the show before, but a true denizen of the South Side, a Chicago legend, and a long dear friend and volunteer at Project Onward. Hold that up a little closer, if you would, Adam. I want a better look at that.
Okay.
Fantastic. I love it. Now, what's it like for you when you do portraits of people or of pets? Do you enjoy working at the do you work the portrait slams, or do you usually kind of do these on your own time?
Sometimes I participate in some of portrait slams before, most of the time from the past.
Yeah, and do you enjoy that? Do you enjoy getting to know people and
Yes.
working with them and kind of capturing their spirit in your art?
That too.
Yeah, that's fantastic. You're so good at it. I mean, it's really, and again, it's all very colorful and playful, and I'm sure Mike felt privileged to be immortalized in your work as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, very well done. Well, Adam, I want to know what it's been like for you personally, artwork aside, just kind of what is it like for you from day to day during these times while you're kind of stuck at home? I know you rely a lot on pace to get around, but you know, I'm sure I know you're a very social person. You like to be around people. You like to go places. You like to do things. And unfortunately, we don't get to do as much of that right now. How's it been for you lately? How have you been staying positive, and what have you been doing to keep yourself occupied?
Well, Alex, here it is.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to know that I am a stay-at-home son because I had to take care of my families to protect them from all this coronavirus and this COVID-19. As long as it has to be passed, because we step outside to check on my family who is far away from Chicago and all suburbs, because it all matters. I even tried to visit my mom, my uncles, even my cousin too, because
Mm-hmm.
because we're part of family together as a group of a large family, because we love and care about one another.
Definitely. And speaking of family, of course, we got to give a shout out to your mom, Deborah, who's so amazing and is such a great supporter of your art and your music. And I've had the pleasure of meeting her on several occasions when she's taking you to band practice, and she's again just such a positive person. I'm sure that's where you get it. That's where you get your positive attitude. Has your mom always been very supportive of your art? Did she encourage it when you first started taking it up at 19?
Of course,
Yeah.
because she's a very proud parent. She's proud of me, and I'm proud of her too. Because I can treat her happy as much as I possibly can without further notice.
Yeah.
Because I just want to make her smile and make her laugh just a little bit. Because because after all, we're still family of this business.
Of course. Well, I'm sure you make her very proud and you make her smile every day. Adam, you should be
Yeah.
very proud of yourself. Well,
Yes.
we got some questions rolling in. Let's go ahead and if anyone watching has any questions for Adam, just go ahead and start throwing them at us now. Um, Nancy wants to know what your favorite food is.
All right, Nancy.
There must be a story there.
My favorite foods are only two: pizza and tacos.
Awesome. Great choices. Now, how about pizza toppings and taco filling? Or do you have a specific type that you like?
Yeah, my favorite one will always be pepperoni because that is one of my favorite toppings to put on the pizza. Because to me, I feel like pepperoni with a little bit of cheese
Can't go wrong with pepperoni. It's good stuff.
and a little
Well,
bit of cheese.
how about tacos? What are your favorite kind of tacos? Just classic kind of carne asada or what?
My favorite tacos would be the crunchy ones, just like Taco Bell does.
Oh, right on. Okay, that might be a bit of a controversial statement, but hey, don't hate on the crunchy tortilla, all right? We've all eaten them. We've all enjoyed them.
I feel like the crunchy ones go crunch, crunch, crunch.
They're a little more fun, that's for sure. Well, thank you, Naples Nancy, for that question. That's Nancy's nickname, right? Naples Nancy.
Yep, she deserves it because I call her Fancy Nancy, aka Naples Nancy, because she deserves it both. Because Naples is the smallest city. It's a southern city in Italy, small southern city in Italy,
Yeah, yeah.
the Mediterranean Sea.
Well, we got some more support for the crunchy shells coming in here, so you're not alone. Some people are questioning it though too, but that's all right. You do you, Adam. Does anyone else have any questions for Hollywood Hines here? While they think of some more questions, I want to ask you what I ask everyone, and that is, what kind of advice do you have for other artists, especially during these hard times? What would you tell someone who's trying to find the inspiration to make some art right now?
Well, Alex, here it is.
Mhm.
My advice to each and every artist is to just make more art, make friends, then have a good time and climb up to the ladder of success. Because the goal is this: or if they really want to go for each and every artist, for each and every main event in the show, all they have to do is keep working hard at it, and then try their best, and then climb up the ladder of success and capture that capture that thing in your heart. Because all we have to do is just keep our eyes on the prize and never lose it. Because we needed that. Because we cross our hearts and hope to live for the future.
Absolutely. Those are excellent words of wisdom from the icon himself.
Because
Adam,
we earn it.
absolutely. We got a few more questions coming in here. Naples Nancy chimed in again. Wants to know what your favorite song is. We talked about a
Well,
few, but do you have an all-time favorite song?
yes. Well, here it is, Naples Nancy, aka Fancy Nancy. My favorite cut is this. Keep on rolling, keep on rolling. It's called Roll with the Changes by R.L. Speedwagon. And the reason
Excellent.
why I like that song because we keep America rolling because we never stop because we never detour anywhere because we want to keep the road smooth and possible as we can because without being detoured because we want to keep on rolling everywhere we go
Wow.
from Chicago to any other place in the area around the world, the
I love
United States around the world.
I love the optimism. That's fantastic. We could all use a little bit more of that these days. Um, Man, a lot of support for the crunchy tacos coming in. Stefan, Dijon, Nancy, they all like the crunchy shells. I had no idea they were so popular. Uh, let's let's get back to let's talk a little bit before we wrap things up. Talk a little bit more about your experience with Project Onward because again, you've been there since the beginning and you've accomplished so much. But some of our viewers want to know, and I have to ask, do you have a favorite memory or a favorite experience from your time with Project Onward? Was there a show that you participated in or somewhere where your art was featured that really stands out?
Yes, Alex. My here I have not one but two memories.
Great.
Okay, my first memory of Project Onward for the show is to participate at our concert tours with all our stuff, such as Uncommon Ground, even like Uncommon Ground, even Access Living, or maybe Everest Space, because it's a wonderful privilege to me. And my second memory is that we we have to take time off doing work during our arc. We had to take time off for art and get go on main events such as Navy Pier, Access Living, Everson Space, even Intuit because it's a wonderful. Even go on motor coach buses, like we like going on tours and all that cool, wonderful stuff, going on vacations and all that wonderful stuff.
Amazing. Well, I think that's really points to an important part of Project Onward, which is as much amazing work as they feature in that space where you're sitting right now in that incredible studio in the Bridgeport Arts Center. They also really rely heavily on other organizations and other businesses displaying their work and kind of working together within the community to help raise the profile of Project Onward so other people know about how much amazing work you're doing and kind of increase the visibility. So I do want to take a moment to just say to anyone out there who may be involved with another gallery or another organization or any kind of business, if you want to feature some of Project Onward's incredible work, which you absolutely should, get in touch with someone today and make that happen because that's just as important as volunteering or donating. Is just helping to raise awareness of these amazing neurodiverse artists and their incredibly unique work. And furthermore, if you'd like lightning speed to perform at an event or at your venue, reach out to me and we'll make that happen. Because as Adam said, we've never played anywhere outside of the studio, but it would be a lot of fun. Someday, absolutely, we're gonna make it happen for sure.
And my special memory is about my special memory is about going on Oscar night because it was a wonderful privilege because ever since back in 2014 it was our 10-year anniversary.
Okay, you'll have to explain to me what Oscar night is. I'm not familiar with that.
Well, Oscar night is means we take time off from our job and then get on a main event because we are featured as stars because it's a one-man show because we've been featured with the biggest screens like in our event because we had a 10th anniversary back in 2014. It was wonderful because we show it on awareness because the Oscar night is about the biggest stars who wants, who's gone, one who lives, because I was featured as a star because we got part of it because it was a special night.
That sounds awesome. That was a little before my time, before I got involved with Project Onward, but I hope you do it again because that sounds like a lot of fun.
It was a
Well,
dream come true.
awesome. Well, I know there are going to be many more great moments and events to follow. I know it's kind of grim right now, but you're staying positive and you're helping all of us stay positive, and I really appreciate that. Because again, lightning speed, Project Onward,
DHS.
Adam Hollywood Hines, the icon, future Hall of Famer. It's all coming back bigger and better than ever. I'm sure of that. Yeah. So, what are you looking forward to most about getting back into the studio? Do you like? Are you excited about being around the other artists?
Sure, just a little bit because I'm pretty close to them. This
You got
close.
you got a really nice space there too, Adam. You know, it's kind of right in the middle of the studio, and my eye is always immediately drawn to your table anytime I walk in there, and you're always working on something. I can't wait. I can't wait for you to get back in there and get back to work. Well, thank you again so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
Before we wrap things up, is there anything else that you'd like to add or anything you'd like to share with the people watching at home?
Well, absolutely. All I can say is this: for all you fans who've been a fan of me, been a fan of art, come see me real soon for the future because someday some of us we're gonna be on TV one more time because we're preparing for the future because we all know we can be wherever we want to be and go everywhere we want to go because the future is coming for us because it's gonna be a wonderful experience to follow because because it's gonna be the biggest part of a beautiful rainbow because we're gonna take that step one by one at a time because we want to keep our path alive.
Absolutely. You nailed it. I can't wait. The most beautiful part of the rainbow. That's a really beautiful way to put it. And Robin wanted to point out Uno Marathon when we come back. I guess that must have been something that you've done in the past, huh?
Of course, the
You're
only
pretty.
place we're going is straight up.
That's for sure. Well, I can't wait, Adam, and I'll see you there at the top.
Of course,
All right.
I want you to come along with. I want you and Jeff to come along the ride with us if you feel like it, and bring Whitney along too. We won't be
Absolutely.
that. Believe me.
Absolutely.
We'll make it too.
Yeah, we'll be there. We'll be there. Yeah, we'll get the band back together soon. I can't wait to jam with you again, okay? And I'm sure Louie, I know you're watching. We're gonna be rocking again in no time.
So is David Holt. We won't leave him out.
For sure. No, absolutely. David Holt's an essential part.
Together
Awesome.
forever.
Yeah, well, okay, before we wrap things up, I want to just remind everyone that Adam's artwork is available. A bunch of his work just went up on the store today. Go check that out. Go check out the latest show, Cause and Effect, and visit projectonward.org to find out more about how you can help support this incredible organization. Thank you to Adam. Thank you to Whitney for setting up the interview over on your end today. Thanks everyone that watched and continues to watch. The volunteers, the staff, you all do such amazing work. You should all be very proud. And we'll be back again next week with another exciting episode. Adam, take care, buddy. We'll see you soon.
Same thing goes for you, my friend, until we see each other until the end of time.
Oh, yeah.
And the song is called Roll With the Changes by RSB Wagon.
Classic. Everyone should go listen now.
All
right. See you later, Adam.
Okay.